the benchmark cry. Where's my escort? Where's my wife? Rita, where are you? Anyway, Rita and I will kind of demonstrate what you can expect for these criers to do. And the only thing is that we do not compete. So I'm kind of setting an example of what you can expect. And then you can find out what the other criers do. Okay?
All right, well, there we go. Is this sort of on? Kind of? Sort of? Barely? Okay. Let's try this again here. We'll boost it a little bit. Oh, hey, there we go. How about that? Volume is a wonderful thing. Good evening, everyone.
Before you speak, Mr. Mayor, I should let you know that the crowd know that the mayor was part of a car-stopping team at the parade today that had a runaway car, and his team of counselors stopped this runaway car.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a problem averted. We had one of our antique cars apparently lost control of its brakes and started honking its horn wildly. We thought, boy, these folks are really having a fun time, until I turned around and saw him swerving around things. I thought, this is not a good sign. And we started going down a hill. He started going down a hill. And we put a stop to him before anything terrible happened. So all was well. All was well. Well, good evening and welcome. I am not a crier in any sense of the word, hopefully, tonight, and certainly not in the sense of crying as you're going to hear. So therefore, I'm going to use this thing, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. And let's have a fun night tonight. This is a very informal and fun event. One that doesn't always happen at Tulip Time, happens every few years, and this is a new event even in the world of Tulip Time crying competitions. So, we're going to have a great time. Informal, fun. Don't be surprised if I come out to you and perhaps ask you a few sets of embarrassing questions or bring someone up. It's all in good fun, and we will have an excellent time. Well, let's get our evening started, shall we? We are going to begin the competition by first having the baseline cry. Well, I should probably tell you what the rules are. That'd be a good idea, huh? Since town crying is not exactly commonplace. But after tonight, you will all be experts, and you can go be criers in your own hometowns. Doesn't that sound like fun? All right, we have a series of town criers, not just from around the country, not just from around the continent, but really from around the world. So this is going to be a very, very fun and unique evening for you. And the town criers will be judged on a whole series of things. First of all, we will have their cries. Then after that will be the evening gown competition, and thereafter will be the bikini competition. So we're in for a really good time. Except for that guy. We get no bikini for that guy. No. No, there's no evening gown nor are there bikinis tonight. Sorry, folks. Here are the categories, and the categories that they will be judged upon. The sheets, the cheat sheets, or the judging sheets that our judges have, and we'll introduce our judges a little bit later, but the judging sheets ask the following questions. There is a category for content, for clarity, or clarity, right? For sustained volume, and for deportment. And in the content category, the question that the judges have to ask for a maximum of 35 points is, were you impressed with his or her speech or town cry? For the clarity piece, can you understand him or her? Again, for 25 points. For 20 points, were they sustained volume throughout the entirety of the cry? And for 20 points, in the deportment category, was he or she confident and entertaining? So that is what the judges will be working from this evening. And with that, why don't we get a baseline cry? Here's what's going to happen. Our own town crier, John Karsten, will give us a cry, and as he mentioned, he is not competing in this evening's event. He will set out a sample cry which will, for the judges, let them know sort of the baseline. So the other criers will be judged based upon John's cry. Are they better, are they worse than John's? All right, that's what we're going to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the Holland town crier, John Karsten, and his escort, Ouida.
USA and draws thousands of tourists to see the 8 million tulips. An imported 12-story high Dutch windmill, Veldheer tulip fields, Dutch village, Delft blue shops, and a wooden shoe factory. Therefore, Holland was honored by Reader's Digest. They named the Tulip Festival the #1 festival in the USA for a city the size of Holland. Spread the word! Spread the word! Spread the word! May God bless you all. May God bless America.
All right, thank you, John. So that is not a judged cry, but you'll see the judges writing feverishly, taking notes, remembering what they saw, what they heard, so that the competitors will be judged against what John just did. All right, I should also note that this is a festival celebrating many things, some of which is Dutch, and Dutch are known for a whole host of things, one of which, of course, is being tight and liking money. So, in addition to winning the competition and the pride that goes with it, they also are competing for prizes. First place will be a $200 prize, second place a $100 prize, and third place a $50 prize. Not bad. Okay, so let us then begin our competition for the evening, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first competitor, first competitive crier. That is Bruce Kruger and his escort Lynn, who come to us from Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Kruger. Thank you very much. And now the judges are busily judging the cry. And with that, I saw, there he is, Nathan Box. Please come forward. The man in the orange coat. You know you're in a Dutch town when you can find people in orange. It's sort of like the Masters, except different. Nathan Box is a local attorney. He is the chairman of the Tulip Time board, and we're going to meet a few people associated with Tulip Time over the course of the evening. I had someone from out of town ask me tonight already, one of you, who does this? Who puts this thing on? Is it? All right, you need to cut her off. It's from the night's young, and we'll get to Gwen in a moment, who's been for the past 12 months plus working on the festival. But Nathan, you're a volunteer.
I am.
and you are the chairman of the board for this year's festival. What exactly does that mean?
That means I get to walk around this week, enjoy the sunshine, shake hands, smile, and look at all of the wonderful staff members of the Tulip Time Festival that actually do all the real work.
I thought that was my job. No.
It's a lot like your job.
Right. So how many members are on the board, ballpark?
There are 12 members on our board.
Right. And they come, you get paid big money for this, right?
We do. I got cake on my birthday, and I think that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And you've been associated with Tulip Time for how long?
I started as a step-on tour guide, getting on motor coaches 21 years ago. After only 18 short years as a tour guide, they asked me to be on the board, and I've been on the board now for 3 years.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Box, chairman of the Tulip Time board. And really, I will tell you, if you think locally about Tulip Time, in my mind, Nathan Box is a guy who embodies Tulip Time. This is someone, when we moved to town 12 years ago, we got to know Nathan and his wife Elizabeth, and then already he was excited about Tulip Time. As he mentioned, he has done probably hundreds of bus tours over the past couple of decades, and he is always a highly requested tour guide for Step On Tour. So Nathan, thank you very much. Well, I believe I'm getting the look from the judges. All is good. Excellent. Well, let's then move into our second competitive cry, and this will be coming to us from St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, Mark Molnar and his escort, Margaret. Good evening. Welcome.
and gentlemen, I appear before you today a mere shadow of my former self. Recently, I made the mistake of looking into a mirror and realized that I was fat. I went to lunch, but depression kept me from eating much. Then, a revelation hit me. Oh no! Thinking you're fat is the first sign of anorexia. I could be starving to death and not even know it. I had to make a decision. Which issue would I strive to correct? I am now on a daily quest to fight my battle with anorexia. This I promise. I will eat my way to victory. Is it dinner time yet? Long live the buffet.
Well, there we go. Speaking of buffets, in Holland, one of the finest buffets that you will find, and frankly one of the finest buffets you'll find anywhere, happens to occur at Alpenrose, which is a restaurant on the corner of 8th Street and Central Avenue in downtown Holland. And Alpenrose just happens to be the catering entity for this evening's event, as well as the bar entity for this evening's event. So I would love to call up one of the fine folks from Alpenrose to talk a little bit about their restaurant, about what options are before you this evening, and specifically to talk about a special cocktail that you can have tonight and is going to be available only in Holland, Michigan for Tulip Time. How are you?
Great. Wonderful.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm Jerry Hill. I'm the general manager of Alpenrose. It's wonderful to have you all, and my first time at the Dutch Crier event, as it is for all of you. Thank you very much for coming. Hey, we'd love to see you at the bar this evening. Obviously, we're up there pouring a few cocktails. Barefoot Wines is one of our sponsors. New Holland Brewery is one of our sponsors, as well as the Coppercraft Distillery. We have the official Tulip Time cocktail. For those of you who are not aware of what that is, Coppercraft Distillery is an artisan distillery that had started here in Holland just a little over a year ago. Makes a wonderful gin cocktail that they've crafted specifically for Tulip Time. It is an artisan gin that, of course, is made here locally. Fresh lemon juice, a little bit of simple syrup, some fresh thyme, and topped with soda. It's a wonderful, refreshing drink. If you haven't had the opportunity to try it yet, please do. All the cocktails and wines and beers are $4 this evening, so we'd love to see you. Alpenrose, just a little bit, a plug for us. We've been in business for 24 years now. We're going into our 25th year this next year. Of course, this is a long-standing tradition with Tulip Time for us, and we have a great partnership with the city. Thank you all for being here. We hope to see you in the restaurant soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Now, we are Mother's Day Eve, and which of course is a great brunch day. My hunch is there aren't a whole lot of spaces left at Alpenrose for brunch tomorrow, but perhaps you can get a spot if you're looking for that brunch spot tomorrow morning. The judges are giving me the look as though they are ready to move along. So with that, we can thank this next crier for the lovely weather that has now beset us. Coming to us from St. George, Bermuda. Yes, isn't that great? St. George, Bermuda, David Frith and his escort, Peggy.
The American has no choice at
right, I'm thirsty. Who else? Did we mention the bar is right down here? Please help yourself to that. And of course, we have some other drinks available on this end that are for your tasting as well, of the more carbonated sort. Desserts as well, food for you to eat. Please feel free to help yourself to refreshments as they go along. I should note that we have 5 judges, and we'll meet them in a little bit, but 4 of the judges are looking to add points. They're looking to judge on the 4 categories I mentioned earlier. The fifth judge, Sally, here on the left, Sally, would you just mind waving? There you go. Sally is actually a bit more of a nitpicky kind of judge. She is the kind of judge that reminds us of perhaps the school marm back in grade school or grammar school, the one who is always looking for something wrong with what we do. Each of these criers have written out their cries ahead of time and submitted a copy of their cry to the judges. Sally's job is to make sure that each of the criers recites word for word what their cry is supposed to be, and if they miss a word or they mess up on a word, she deducts. So she is the judge with the red pen. It's a tough job, Sally, but somebody has to do it. There you go. Let's hear it. And Sally, I should mention, is also on the Zeeland City Council. She is the mayor pro tem, sort of the vice mayor, if you will, for the Zeeland City Council, or for those of you perhaps from the Netherlands, the Zeeland City Council. So Sally does great work and is a good friend, not only of the festival, but also of our greater community. All right, judges, we have the thumbs up sign, which means we keep on moving. And now we have the next crier who comes to us from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, Chris Wyman. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, now as you can tell, this is not a good sign. John, hi.
Wim de Smet will do his cry in pure Dutch, and I will translate whatever he says in as good as possible English. Okay?
I thought that was my job.
You want to? Yeah, you're welcome to translate his English.
Hey, I can make it up. It's be as good as anybody around here, right? I speak about half a dozen words of Dutch, though interestingly, I'm nearly all of Dutch descent. My wife is all of Dutch descent. We named our daughters after Dutch royalty. I grew up in a town in Wisconsin called Oostburg, which is East Village, named after a place in Overijssel, the Netherlands. My high school mascot were the Flying Dutchmen, and yet we're fourth generation Americans, so we know about this much Dutch. Last time I was in Amsterdam, they look at you like, are you Dutch? Are you American? And I handed the lady my passport, and she said, good morning, and I said, goedemorgen. And she proceeded thereafter to just go off in Dutch. And I said, whoa, 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 that's it. I know nothing more than that. So anyway, well, we now have our town crier who comes to us from Borsele, Zeeland, the Netherlands. Nederlands. It is Wim de Smit.
Boeren, burgers en buitenlui. Hoort! Hoort! En zegt het voort. Burgers van Holland, Mexican, hoort mij aan. Hé, loop niet door, blijf even staan. Want wat ik u ga vertellen, dat doet de hele wereld verstellen. Tulip Time in Holland, Mexican voor de 85ste keer. Elk jaar opnieuw is het Tulip Time Comité weer in de weer om dit feest op poten te zetten. Met altijd weer nieuwe programma-onderdelen. Om ook weer de duizenden emigranten naar Holland Mexican te krijgen en hun harten te stelen. Ook mag ik u namens 16 miljoen Nederlanders feliciteren. En ik mag u ook namens de stads- en dorpsomroepers Nederland groeten. Heb u dat goed gehoord? Zeg dat voort! Zeg dat voort! God bless Amerika! God bless Holland, Michigan!
This is what Wim said in a rather freely translated way. Hear, hear, and spread the word. Citizens of Holland, listen to me. Hey, you there, don't keep on walking. Wait, I am about to tell you the whole world should hear. This is the 85th time Holland celebrates the Tulip Time Festival. And every time again, the committee organizes a prize-winning event. I must stop a minute because it is so nice, because in Dutch, it's just beautiful and it rhymes. But I can't rhyme it because it's too difficult. That attracts thousands of visitors, and they enjoy it, and they leave with many good memories. Am I doing okay? I would like to congratulate you and bring you greetings from the 60 million Netherlanders, or Dutchmen. Also, I bring you greetings from the Dutch Guild of Town Criers. Do you understand what I said? Now, spread the word, yes, spread the word. God bless America. God bless Holland, Michigan.
I mean, seriously, I could have translated that. I mean, it's not that tough. You know, the most dangerous spot to be is between a politician and a microphone. That should have been funnier. But you're too kind. How many of you are native Holland, Michigan people? You're from Holland? A few of you, yes, excellent. And that means the rest of you are not. Or you can't hear what I'm saying. So let's have a little bit of a shout out here. Where are you folks from?
Wisconsin.
Oh, my goodness sakes, from Wisconsin. What part? Marshfield. I grew up, as I mentioned, in Oostburg near Sheboygan, Kohler, so we're going to talk Green Bay Packers talk. You just all sit tight here for a second. Okay, I think our judges are ready. We're going to move on. We're going to have a riot on our hands. Well, keeping with the Dutch based criers at the moment, and I'm embarrassed. Marco, I don't know how do you pronounce the town you're in? What he said, Philippine. In Zeeland, the Netherlands, we sense a theme here. The province of Zeeland, well represented in our town crier competition. Marco van Alvamata. You should know that Marco was seconds away from becoming splatter on 8th Street today. He jumped out of the way of the car in the nick of time, so we're very, very pleased for that, obviously. Yeah, let's clap on that. That's great news. Great news. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, boy, I would sure like to pick one of these tulips. Go ahead if you've got money in your pocket. There is actually an ordinance in the city of Holland. If you pick a tulip, you get fined for it. How about that? A few years ago, there was some teenagers who thought it would be great fun to drive down a street, open their doors. You probably saw some of the lanes that have tulips planted in them. Opened their doors and gave the tulips a haircut as they went down the street. That didn't end well for them, but the next person who tries such a thing, it will end worse because we're fairly ingenious. And what we have done now is we plant little spikes at various spots throughout the street ends, so that if someone were to do that, the least of their worries is going to be the fine they face from the city. It's sponsored. The little spikes are sponsored by some of the local body shops in town. You need to remember, the Dutch are ingenious sorts of folks. While they were fighting their war of independence from Spain, they were also trading with them. Wrap your head around that for a second, right? All right. Our next crier, it comes to us from a world away, California. There's always a California joke in there somewhere, but we'll sort of not do it tonight. Comes to us from San Luis Obispo, from California, Jerry Praver. Jerry, welcome.
On the 4th day of July in 1776, a pig farmer
named Ken Cooper of Kenton County, Kentucky, observed that some of his hogs appeared to be dancing around in their pens. He began rewarding these porcine prancers with extra rations of corn and soybeans, and their terpsichorean talents continued to improve. Subsequently, he separated the superior swine from the rest and began breeding them to improve their dancing dexterity. Eventually, the porkers performed so proficiently that a national holiday was declared to honor the pigs dancing in their pen. And that is why, on the 4th day of July, we celebrate Independence Day. May God bless America.
You know, folks, usually you have to pay extra for that kind of humor. All right, I noticed that there was a lovely lady here with binoculars. Now that is fascinating. Fascinating. You got to get up close and personal, huh? You can sit right here if you'd like. If you like it nice and no. All right, wonderful. Our judges are busily writing, and they've been working so hard we haven't had a chance yet to meet them, and we will do so. But you'll notice these two ladies, lovely ladies, over here, and mainly because I haven't the foggiest idea what they're doing, I thought, let's find out what they're doing. What are you doing?
We are tallying the scores.
This with a high-powered program, it looks like.
This is correct.
Boy. So you're kind of like the Ernst & Young of the town crier competition, right?
KPMG.
KPMG. Oh, yes, the Dutch accounting firm. Yes. Yes. Judges, give me the green lights. So that means we may move on. Now, we have our next crier comes to us from Easton, Pennsylvania, here in the good old US of A, David Rose with his escort, Kim. Welcome.
All right, now that's just mean, right? When the Salvatore J. Panto mayor can give us a proclamation in Dutch, and I can't understand a word of it. Let's hear it for Google Translate, everyone. Now, we had, Jerry told us a moment ago about the Tulip Time cocktail. So I thought, you know, we really ought to know whether or not it's delicious, right? So I thought I should do a little bit of investigative research. So for the past 45 minutes, I've been investigating over and over again. It's light, it's refreshing, it's delicious. I think you should try one. There you go, good. It's better than that, much better than that. All right. Our judges, Sally, are you ready? Close. Sally is close to being ready, which means I have to vamp a little bit. The windmill. How many of you have been through the windmill? Most of you have, yes. So you know the story of it. So I won't tell it to you again, because Sally's done now. See, worked out great. I should note that I think I forgot to turn my other little microphone on. You're probably wondering, oh.
Yep, I did. There we go. Is that better? Now, you're probably wondering why it is that I've been reaching behind my back and flipping on things. You might notice I'm wearing a little microphone. When I'm holding one, a lovely corded thing, so I can't go out and harass you, talk with you. The reason is that we are recording this for our local city public access television station. Now, my hunch is that those of you who do not live here in Holland probably don't have access to Holland, Michigan cable television, going out on a limb. But we do put all of these things on the web as well. So this evening's Town Crier competition, all the parades, a whole host of things from Tulip Time and beyond, city council meetings even, because you know you're going to want to watch those, are all put onto the web. And the easiest way to find a link to these items is to go to the city's website, cityofholland.com. cityofholland.com, go to the TV page, and you will be able to relive this competition, relive the parades, and see a whole bunch more about our community. Well, now we move on. We go back to California from Pennsylvania. We go to Cambria, California, and we have Bev Praver. Now you're probably wondering, wait a minute, that's a fairly familiar name. Didn't we just have another Praver from California? Indeed we did. Bev, we welcome you. She is woman, hear her roar. I think you make, we make women jokes at our own peril, fellas. But you do wonder what life is like in their house, don't you? And really, you do. I mean, honey, can I get a Pabst? Get your own! No, wait a minute, that was my house. Never mind, all right. All right, the judges are still writing furiously, and that piece of the program will be edited out of the final broadcast. Coppercraft Distillery. These folks are in the back table here. Let's see them. See, wave. There we go. Indeed. Now, I saw a video about how to make the Tulip Time cocktail. Right? Now, do you have the Coppercraft? What's your website?
Coppercraftdistillery.com.
Coppercraftdistillery.com. Very creative for Coppercraft Distillery. Is that video on your website?
Yes, I believe it is.
Yes, it is. So if you want to know at home how it is you can make your own Tulip Time cocktail, coppercraftdistillery.com. Of course, you might have to have some of the official Tulip Time hard beverage shipped in your direction, and they would be very happy to do so. A great local company just has recently gotten started and is taking not only our area by storm, but is doing great work in the world of spirits. So congratulations to them. All right, we are going to move right along. Going back to Canada, Burlington, Ontario, Canada, to be specific, we welcome David Volek and his escort, Barbara.
But the favorite of the Dutchman, the one that gives a thrill, will always be the tulip. Oh, my heart be still. They fill the fields with color. Your table they will grace. And the only better tulips are the tulips on my sweetheart's face. Long live the tulip!
Thank you, David. After listening to David and a few others, I know you have the same question I do. Where do you get the fur for the cap, right? I mean, is there some sort of rule that a town crier must have fur on their cap? I'm not sure. But that was wonderful. Interestingly, maybe you'll notice how different each of the costumes are. And I suspect that there is a wide degree of latitude that one has to design a costume. And our next town crier is no different. After the competition, I would encourage you to go up to them and ask them questions about their outfits, ask them questions about perhaps the medallions they wear, the pins they wear, the symbolism that they have, because there has been a lot of thought put into each of these costumes, and these town criers, and their escorts for that matter, are very pleased to chat with you about what it is that has inspired their costumes. Well, we're back in Canada, we're still in Canada, oh Canada. We welcome from Petrolia, Canada, Les Whiting and his escort, Karen.
crier is unusual wherever he may roam. At every opportune event, he'll reminisce of home. Accepted norms of quiet speech he'll frequently pervert, which is bizarre behavior for a bashful introvert. The proclamations that he makes are modern, terse, and loud. And when he finishes, he blends into the waiting crowd, which is easy, as a crier always dresses with great care to ensure he looks identical to everybody there. To do the job he has to do, a crier learns to shout, but to do so in a quiet way, so that he won't stand out. A crier's uniform and bell are fashioned to belie the simple, basic, inner truth: the crier's really shy. God bless these United States. God save the Queen.
Wonderful, thank you. Well, we learned that we have the Aaron Rodgers fan club table over here. Group from Wisconsin, where else are we from?
Right here,
Wisconsin, hey, the cheeseheads are taking over.
Texas.
We have Texas, that's right, we've got Texas here, and 4 sisters from Chicago. There's a joke in there somewhere, and I can't think of it offhand, because my teleprompter broke. And one of them is celebrating a birthday, sort of. This is a birthday trip for them. It's not technically the birthday, but hey, it worked out. We didn't schedule the festival during her birthday. We didn't get the memo in time, so they accommodated us instead. Isn't that wonderful? Let's sort of wish soon-to-be birthday to one of our, there we go, stand up, take a wave, from Chicago. From Chicago, there we go. Excellent, excellent. All right. We now stay in Canada because Canada's a great place to stay. We welcome Bill McKee and his escort Elizabeth, who come to us from Port Perry, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I once made a wish to come to Holland, Mich. I came to see what they said it would be and eat croquettes, the Dutch dish. So down we came one time from Canada's side of the line with tulips in bloom, a great view from our room, and several places to dine. To Windmill Island, the Criers had come, where we shouted about where we're from. After all, it's an attraction with all sorts of action and certainly lots of fun. It's always fun and good times. To get here, just follow the signs. And stop for a pickle. And I'm not being fickle, but you can get them over at Heinz. God bless America and the United Canada, and God save the Queen.
I was afraid he wasn't going to breathe there for a moment. The Holland Chorale has auditions coming up next month. If this whole trip to Canada thing doesn't work out so well for you, we'd love to have you around. You can cry some and sing some more. You know, excuse me. You know what the biggest dilemma is for a Dutchman? Hey, there we go. We had nice. We had a little call and response here. She said, no, what is the biggest dilemma for a Dutchman? Triple coupon day on Sunday. See, because historically the Dutch would not do anything on Sunday, and there are places in the Netherlands still where they don't actually ride they don't even ride their bikes on Sunday. But Dutchmen are notoriously tight and cheap, so if you save triple but have to do it on Sunday, that presents a great dilemma. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. We're going to take 10 seconds for station identification. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our competitors. Those are our competitors. Let's have a round of applause for all of our competitors, please. Yeah, I mean, you're wondering what I am. What is it? How did you get involved? How did you get started in this business, right? Well, I'm sure, again, the Criers would love to tell you that after the competition. Now, while the votes are being tabulated, because they're all with the accountant-type folks, right? The spreadsheet people. Let's meet our judges, if we would, and we're going to see if we have somewhat enough. Ooh, we have enough cable. Look at that. Sally, please stand up. Would you introduce yourself and tell us something interesting about these things right here, the medal on your head?
I know. My name is Sally Gruppen. I have served on the Tulip Time board for 8 years. Past president for about 3 years now. Love the area. Love Holland and Zeeland together. Welcome everybody. I've spent the last 6 days greeting people coming on the trial. And I've met people from all over the world, and I have absolutely loved this week. So welcome to a great area.
Thank you, Sally. Now, you should know that. Let's thank Sally. Thank you. You should know that there's a continual discussion about combining Holland and Zeeland into one place, because we're very similar. We're not that far geographically apart from one another. The problem is each of us want to have the first part of the name and let the other one have the last half of the name. Holland and Zeeland. Get it? See, the first part of Holland and no, all right. Anyway, please stand and introduce yourself, Grace, and tell us a bit about yourself, if you would.
I will. My name is Grace Pierce-Smith. I live in Zeeland with Sally. Not with her, but we were friends. I served on the Tulip Time board for 13 years, I believe, and was president. And I have worked with the town crier competition every year since it's been involved. And I just love it. I love working with John and Rita and his girls and the judges. We've all been together for a long time. So welcome also for me. We enjoyed it tonight. This was fun having it in the tent. This is very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. The Zealanders are taking over. Dick Stout, one of our judges.
My name is Dick Stout, but when we moved to Holland 15 years ago, I changed it to then Stout Nights my house. Just so we could fit in. My wife and I often say that it was the best move we ever made when we moved to Holland. It's a wonderful town, wonderful people, and wonderful attractions. And it's always a pleasure to be a judge for these great performers, really, the town criers.
Thank you, Dick. You think he's joking about that name change? He's not. I've seen the official legal paperwork. Randy Vanderwater. local legend, local historian, and all-around great guy. You want to add anything to that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Randy Vandewater was also born in Zeeland. We moved to Holland several years ago. I was former editor at the Holland Sentinel, and we've been judging since John brought the program to Holland. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Randy. And last but not least, a former colleague of mine, a man who served on the city council for more than 3 decades. How in God's name he could do that is beyond me, but he did. Craig Rich.
Thank you, Kurt. I'm born and raised in Holland and have had the pleasure of serving on the city council for about 27 years, so had a lot of fun. Got to welcome Kurt in as a new member a few years ago, and he quickly became our mayor, and a great job he's doing, don't you agree? He's a great guy. My wife Vicki is here too, and Vicki has been involved in Tulip Time. Raise your hand. Involved in Tulip Time for years and years and years. She did not win the pig in the blanket contest the other day, though. So, but I get them every week almost for free, and I don't have to, even pretend they're good because they're awesome. So anyway, she was a step-on guide for all those years, and me being on city council, and we just, when I got off the city council a few years ago, I said, I can either stay home now and complain about the traffic, or I can get involved. So I decided to become a parade marshal, and I've been doing the town crier judging since the beginning with all these other judges, so it's been a lot of fun. Welcome to Tulip Time. We appreciate all of you being here. Thanks.
Craig Rich. Craig, thank you. I'll tell you, Craig was, for many years, Craig was the mayor pro tem of the Holland City Council, and really is just a remarkable guy, and when he says he decided to get involved, he's sort of underselling it quite a bit. I mean, he is very, very active in the community, and just a really, really outstanding fellow. John, you're hovering around me. I get nervous.
You're doing fine.
Okay, thanks. I get nervous. Now, Gwen.
It's just us guys, so it's just us guys.
Okay. All right. Gwen Auerta, who is the executive director of Tulip Time, would you join us on stage, please? Let's give Gwen a round of applause. She's the woman running the show. And she's the one who, come tomorrow, will finally exhale. Maybe you're there already tonight.
No,
but Gwen, how big is your team?
We have 10 staff members, 7 interns, and another 7 operations interns that have worked for the last 2 weeks to do all the setup.
Excellent. And the staff members, of course, have worked much, much longer than the past 2 weeks. When do you start planning next year's festival?
Monday.
I'm not going to be at that meeting.
Really? Why not?
Okay, so Gwen, now Tulip Time is a separate entity from the city, right?
It is. It's a 501c3. We're a separate entity, and but we work really well and closely with the city, and we thank them for all that they do.
Indeed, indeed. So Tulip Time lasts for about 10 days. Includes everything from the parades to Bill Cosby last night to tonight's event, and just a whole host of things. What are some numbers you can tell us about this year's festival?
We've had more sold-out shows than we've had in the past. We had at least 10 deep in the parade today. You couldn't even get to down the sidewalk, which was crazy. So we think 500,000 people over the last 8 days, which is fabulous. And it's just a great festival.
It is. It is. Gwen, let's thank Gwen one more time. And really, when we thank Gwen, we're thanking the festival overall.
Hey Gwen, are you helping out with the You gotta grab flowers. Okay.
All right, Gwen will be awarding the winners some flowers and things, so she is going to grab those. John, do you have an announcement for us, or are you just hovering over me?
Well, I still would like a little bit more about where do people come from.
Okay.
I mean, like what various states. Can I hear some more, like, where do you come from? North Carolina. And what? Florida.
Washington.
Do we have one for Virginia there? Why don't you come over here, mate? I'd like to talk to the Virginia people. I spent many a time in Alexandria, Virginia, and just loved it there. When I went with my daughter to Washington, D.C., we stayed in Alexandria. the Kings Road, and all that sort of stuff. So you're from Virginia, huh? Came all the way down here. That is interesting. I'm glad to hear that.
Not too far from Alexandria.
No, you can't be too far from Alexandria if you live from Virginia, that is for sure. Yeah. And how did you come down here? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Oh, guess what? He has something in mind for you. Can you say something, or what would you like to say? You're not nervous or anything, all right? No, you know. Okay. What is your idea?
Well, will you marry me?
That was sneaky. That was real sneaky. You're a naughty boy. Okay, folks, now we're going to wait and see how my daughters doing.
We're good.
Oh, they're doing good. Okay, here we go. That was sneaky.
Though I do believe that really you should have proposed by yelling it out with a scroll in front of you or something, right? No, congratulations, congratulations. And I will let you know that mayors in Michigan can perform weddings. Indeed, yes. In fact, I did one this week, Monday. $35 is what it costs you to get married from the mayor. But it's legal. So, all right. Well, the judges have judged, the tabulators have tabulated, and now we have the results. And the microphone doesn't. Just kidding, it works still. All right, that was a joke.
Scared me there.
Yeah, that wasn't a very funny joke, though. All right, so third place with a.
This is in recognition.
Oh, we're doing that first?
Yeah.
Hold that thought on third place. We have first a special award to give, and that is a special award for our own John Karsten in recognition of 35 years of serving as the ambassador of Tulip Time Festival in Holland, Michigan, as the role of our town crier, Mr. John Karsten.
Sir. Thank you. That was sneaky.
Gwen is a sneaky one, indeed. Yes. Congratulations, John. All right. Third. Oh, we've got other awards, first of all. See, all right. We're going to turn this over because I'm just going to jump the gun on that. So we have special awards. For the first award tonight.
The winner of the Best Dressed Couple, Les and Karen Whiting.
Les and Karen come to us from Petrolia. Les and Karen come to us from Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. Les is sporting a black Undertaker coat. Karen gold chiffon. Both tailored by Versace. All right, our third place winner. I can flip this over. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're not. No.
What?
Just read these.
All right, forget that.
Throw it away.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. We're making this up as we go along, folks. Best dressed host. No.
Best.
All right.
That's not what it says.
All right. Third place winner for the best dressed escort, Elizabeth McKee. At some point, when somebody doesn't start coming up, you sort of get the vision from The Sound of Music where the Von Trapp family singers, and they don't show. But here comes Elizabeth. Wonderful. All right, Gwen, you get this one.
The second place winner for the best dressed escort is Lynn Kruger.
Yeah, we need the parasol in here. It's a little sunny. Very nice. Might rain. Hey, 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 hey. All right, and the first place winner in the category of Best Dressed Escort, Karen Whiting. Gwen, please.
The third place winner for the best dressed crier and also the People's Choice Award presented at the dress competition yesterday is Wim de Smit.
All right.
I have no idea what just happened, but it was sure fun. All right.
Second place winner for the best dressed crier is David Frith.
Though I do have the question, if the man is the crier for Bermuda, how is it that he's not wearing Bermuda shorts? Did you have that question too? Uh-oh, we've got an answer coming to my question. I'm a lawyer by training. You should never ask a question you don't know the answer to, so what's the answer?
The reason I'm not wearing Bermuda shorts is because I'm in Holland, Michigan, and the sun just doesn't do it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for rubbing that in. We appreciate that.
The first place winner for the best dressed crier is Bruce Kruger.
Now, I learned this morning, my wife and I greeted all the town criers at a ceremony at the Pillar Church this morning, and I learned from Bruce that his town is where Santa Claus summers. It's midway between the equator and the North Pole, and note the colors of his costume. Coincidence? I think not. Congratulations.
All right, is that it?
All right, I threw one down here. Let's make sure this is the same. Okay, it is the same. All right, now we get to the awards for the best cries. In third place, receiving the third place award in a check or cash or something for $50, which is right here even, so we don't even send it to you later. Mark Molnar. I'm a little concerned, Mark. You walked right past the dessert table without grabbing anything. Mark Molnar, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Gwen, our second place winner for Best Cry, and $100.
David Volley.
If you fellows might do us the good favor of not cashing those checks for a week or so. Just kidding. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, Gwen is going to have a little musical number for us. Gwen, take it away. Okay, guess not. All right, so that leaves us then with our first place winner, a check or instrument of some sort for $200, and the highly coveted championship of the International Town Crier Competition, Holland, Michigan, the 85th Annual Tulip Time Festival, Holland, Michigan, goes to Bill McKee. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our International Town Crier Competition. How about a nice round of applause one more time for all of our criers. Marco, come on, all the criers, come on up, come on up.
And of course also a heartily thank you to Kurt Dykstra for emceeing this program and making us feel at home, and it was just among us, so to speak. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending our Town Crier Competition. Thank you for being at Tulip Time. Please feel free to stay in the tent as long as you'd like. The bar remains open, the island remains open. Thank you again for being here. Have a great visit here in Holland, Michigan, and good night.